Hello, excuse me. My name is Carly, and I am here to talk to you guys and do like a little mini podcasty thing I wanted to try because I think it's sometimes more fun and more organic than a blog post. So I kind of wanted to try this out and see if I like it. So I thought I'd try out a topic and then kind of go from there and see how it goes. First off, I apologize for how low quality the camera is on my laptop. I'm going to try and rig my camera to make videos if this is a thing that I like to do, but this is just preliminary stuff and we will advance in our technology as time goes on, so no worries about that. But anyways, okay, so what I want to talk about is something that I think is so relevant right now is a topic around weight loss and how to do it and that kind of stuff. And first, I guess I have to say that the nutrition field is constantly changing, and there's research coming out about this and that all the time. And oh, I know we told you no fat like 15 years ago, but that's actually totally, completely, utterly wrong. We tried low calorie, but now we're actually showing that you don't actually maybe don't need to reduce your calories to lose weight. It's like all this back and forth. So I apologize, first of all, because I know how frustrating that is to have to go through all this and then realize, oh my gosh, I can actually eat fat. I should actually eat a lot of fat, you know what I mean? So it's realizing those things and kind of keeping up to date with the nutrition field is frustrating, trust me. Things change. Things have changed since the beginning of my graduate program, which was like 5 months ago. Like, it's crazy how fast paced everything is. So that's a little disclosure. Um, okay, but let's talk about the topic that I'm burning to talk to you about. Okay, so weight loss. So, like I kind of just alluded to, there's been a lot of talk in the past about cutting out fat and high calorie foods to lose weight. Okay, that kind of makes sense, metabolically, if we eat less than we're burning, we're supposed to utilize some of our stores. Okay, that's been something. So let's talk about that first. So, high fat foods. Now the research is starting to show that high fat foods actually might help your body utilize its own fat stores and our energy stores that we store in our bodies naturally to help you aid in weight loss, which is nuts because before, like I just said, we're just getting off of this kick, and a lot of even nutrition professionals in the field are still on this no fat kick. So what happens when we eat a lot of fat and we're swinging our macronutrients? We're not eating a lot of carbs, a lot of protein, and a lot of fat. It's okay, we're eating more fat, so we're gonna have less of maybe carbs or less of protein. So we're not eating excessively. We're just eating more fat. What happens when we do that is we stay satiated longer. So we're staying fuller longer. We're eating maybe less meals. So they're like, okay, so there we're just eating less in general, okay? And also when we're providing our bodies with all this fat, it tells our bodies, okay, this is something we can use as fuel so that when in between meals, like let's say when we're sleeping, we can use what we have stored in us for energy, for fuel. And what happens, like let's say you had a dinner maybe around 6:30, 7 o'clock, high fat. Let's say you had some veggies with a lot of avocado, some nice avocado oil or olive oil or something like that. Drizzle on top, maybe on top of some greens. Maybe with some sunflower seeds. I don't know. I'm just now I'm getting unreasonable maybe. But anyways, so let's say you had that. Nice meal, right? Some carbs, a little protein, but lots of fat. That is the majority of the calories is fat. Okay, so you eat that 7 o'clock. Then what happens? Okay, go to bed, maybe around 10, 9:30, 10. You get up, say 8 o'clock. You're going about your morning, maybe go to work. Then you realize, wow, it's like 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock and I'm not hungry, or even in your mornings, 8 a.m., you wake up and some people just run run to grab some breakfast right when they wake up. And I'll talk more about how I feel about that in just a minute, but you stay fuller longer throughout the night, and your body might have digested and absorbed what it needs to, but at the end of the day your body is not signaling to you that it's hungry because it's utilizing the energy stores that we have in our bodies. Now, another disclaimer, that's great if you have energy stores and fat stores on your body. If you're somebody who has 0% body fat, this is not, it's good for you to eat more because you don't have stores to fuel you. So, disclaimer, I'm not telling people not to eat. I'm just simply telling them this is a nice transition. So, when we eat a lot of high fat, okay, and we don't just run to grab breakfast in the morning, we're paying attention to our body. That's something that's so important. We're paying attention to our bodies. What are our bodies telling us in the morning? Like even if maybe even if the high fat thing isn't something that you're interested in doing, I challenge you to pay attention. Let's say you get up at like 7 to get to work by 9 or whatever. We're trained to think that we need to have breakfast because it's the morning, I'm going to be gone, I need to have breakfast. So, are we really hungry? Are you hungry? Like are you eating because you are physically being told, like your body is telling you that you're hungry, aka there's some stomach acid that's being produced, your stomach is rumbling, you feel hungry, or you're just eating because, oh, I have to eat right now. Like what are you doing? Are you being mindful? So I think that those two things right there are like massive when it comes to eating more consciously, maybe eating less, or giving our body what it needs, not what we want. Like we might tell ourselves in the morning, if we're used to having, a big bowl of cereal in the morning, our bodies or our brains might be like, ooh, a bowl of cereal sounds good. And I'm so guilty of this. Like oatmeal I just get cravings for oatmeal in the morning sometimes. But why do we get cravings for these kind of things? Okay, I know that. Okay, so what you're going to realize if we do these videos again, I'm kind of digging this so far, just because I like talking, I guess. But I'm a little sporadic, but I'll do like a wrap up at the end so then you can get the takeaways and not be so focused on all this kind of craziness that happens in between. But I'm working on that. Anyways, um, so sometimes we just have these cravings. We not might not be hungry, but our body is like, we want cereal or we want oatmeal or something. And those things, especially breakfasty things like toast and oatmeal and cereal, those are really high in carbohydrates, especially refined carbohydrates. And refined carbohydrates to our brains are very easily accessible energy. Refined carbs are broken down and absorbed really easily in our body. So, boom, we get energy like that. So, our brains like that. Fat, on the other hand, takes much longer to digest and absorb, and it's not as readily available for our brains to use for energy. So it's more likely that we have these cravings for chocolates and white rice and all these things instead of, well, I mean, some people might have obsessive cravings for avocado sometimes, but that's a different story. Um, but anyways, um, I think that it's important it's important to just be aware when you're having those cravings, even if it's throughout the day. Ooh, I could really use a granola bar, or or ooh, I have I need a bagel or something. Just be aware. Just stop, think, am I really hungry, or am I just craving something, or I do I just want food? Do I just want to taste that? And whether you handle that or not is up to you, but I think it can be a really cool, awesome tool to being intuitive with our bodies and being mindful and mindfully eating. And this is something that I've been playing around with for like a week or two. And I think it's the best way that we can be eating because we're letting our bodies tell us when we're hungry instead of being like, we have breakfast at 10 or at 8:30 a.m. and then we have lunch at 12 and then we have dinner at 6. Instead of these structured things, just go off what your body, screw that. You know, why do we have to follow that? If that's not what we need, we could get as much calories as we need throughout the day when our body's hungry. So, I'm not telling you not to eat. Eat, please. Listen to your body. If you are hungry, if you're not feeling well, eat, please. If you're hungry at 8 a.m. and that is just your thing and you want, please do it. I'm not telling you to do something or not to do something. I'm just I'm just playing with this idea. I don't want you to play with this idea too. I want you to explore and be aware and pay attention. And I would love some feedback. I would love it. I would love people to tell me if they like it or not, just because it's radically different than what we're used to. We're used to, like I said before, I don't want to continue to repeat myself, but we're used to structured meal times before school, before work. Let's eat, let's have breakfast. Oh, we have lunchtime at school. So cue, eat, not are you hungry? It's just eat because now or never kind of thing, which is another messed up bit about work things and education things. But if you can, if you're able and you would like it, and you don't have a condition that is really sensitive to things like eating, like diabetes or something, I think that play around with it, do your own research, try it. I don't know. So, okay, I've been talking for like 15 minutes and I could talk for like an hour. So shut up and let you digest that. But I will wrap it up really quick to review what I just said because um, I know that I can get a little chatty and a little crazy minded, monkey mind, which I'm working on. But sometimes I just need to say a thought before I forget it. So, anyways, okay, so here's a little wrap up. So, first, I talked about fat and how we shouldn't be afraid of it. We really shouldn't. It can help us, it can help our bodies utilize our stores if we need to um, for energy, which is great. So high fat meals with moderate to low carbs and moderate to low protein or moderate protein, whatever. Those are going to be the most sustainable meals for us. That's going to help us get through the day, have the most energy without us having cravings. I talked about carbohydrates, refined carbohydrates, and how those tend to make us eat more because they're just so utilized quickly, and then our bodies absorb it, and then it's on to the next thing. Let's eat some more because I need more energy. And lastly, I talked about probably the most important thing, which is mindfully eating. And there's a lot more to be said on this topic, but I just thought it was interesting just because we talked a lot about it in my class this past week. So pay attention. Pay attention to your body. When you get up in the morning and you're like, ooh, bagel or ooh, toast, we're all guilty of it. Just think, just pay attention, just feel it. Just feel it. Take a second, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and ask yourself, am I actually hungry? And if not, I suggest to you, if you have to go to work or you're going to be away from home, aka literally all of us, pack up a lunch, pack up a late breakfast or something. And then make sure it has a lot of fat in it, you know? Make sure it has a fat, half avocado in it or some delicious almond butter or a nice handful of walnuts or something, you know? Make drizzle the crud out of your salad with olive oil, you know? Make sure that it has a lot, but know that you don't have to not eat and then like pack yourself a lunch, eat, and then just pay attention throughout the day. Just be aware. I think that could be really cool. Um, so okay, that's the end of that. And if I even still have anybody at this point, because it's been almost 18 minutes, thank you for listening to this whole thing. But I kind of dig this. I don't know, I might do it again, but yeah. So if you have any questions, let me know. I do a little plug. I do remote nutrition counseling right now for general healthy eating and lifestyle stuff, just general nutrition counseling. So you can always message me on Facebook, shoot me an email, um, whatever, if you're interested in that. It's really great and really awesome. So if you're interested in more info, let me know. And yeah, so thanks for listening.